Christian here, co-pilot of the Millennial Falcon and co-host of the Star Wars podcast. Just hanging out at the holotable to give you my review of the video game, Star Wars Hunters. Sadly decommissioned as of October 2025, this game is now defunct, but I wanted to give my thoughts, even as it has become a historical artifact. All in all, it was a pretty decent game, especially for mobile, and I'm kind of disappointed that it's no longer playable. In a world where mobile games don't generally live up to their potential, or often just serve as a way to nickel and dime users, Hunters was good, with lots of replayability, no pay to win, and loads of unlockable aesthetics and characters. Yeah, it was decent. I'm personally not a big fan of the hero shooter genre, like Overwatch or Team Fortress, but Hunters found a way to be friendly enough for casuals to have a good time playing. Character progression and unlocks kept you going, both for aesthetic costumes and weapon upgrades. Graphics were good, the animated art style certainly helping, especially on the mobile medium. Characters were unique and interesting, designs with some cool takes on unique aspects of Star Wars. I strongly encourage anyone interested to look up the character intro videos to get an idea of some of the characters that were available to play. The music was catchy and blended arena shooter and Star Wars vibes. The game itself was design friendly, enough to appeal to a broad audience, though some people may find it too cartoony or childish, but I enjoyed it, and it did feel close enough to Star Wars to fit in, while also having more serious characters to balance out the roster. The arena battle setting for the whole game too felt like an interesting excuse to play these matchups in-game. Levels were also cool, with recognizable environments from across the galaxy. Lore-wise, it's certainly plausible, both within Disney and Legends continuities. There's nothing lore-breaking, and in fact seems to play with lore in interesting ways. A Maraluka sniper, a Jedi training droid mimicking force powers, 2 Jawas in a trench coat. The characters are all original to the game and have unique abilities, and their design is fairly unique. Again, some conceptually sillier than others, but still fun to explore various species of the galaxy who don't typically get main character status in games. It's a good sample size of the galaxy with an array of factions and species represented, from former Imperials to Rebels, Underworld scum, and Independents. There are also a fair bit of customization options, from weapon skins and wraps to outfits with some really cool concepts and designs. The characters I played with seemed fairly balanced. Though your mileage and playstyle may vary, I did not spend time with all of them to get a feel for how they all played. There's also a skill tree and progression system, though I didn't feel like it hampered gameplay if you were just starting out or a more experienced player, though it's possible that the matchmaking system accounted for these factors without me paying too much attention. It does lack a story or campaign mode, which would have been a nice bonus. However, it's understandable that this type of hero shooter emphasized the multiplayer and synergy of unique characters and abilities. The general premise is that this eclectic group of warriors, bounty hunters, and other riffraff put their skills against each other in a large arena, being watched and cheered on by audiences galaxy-wide, with announcers fueling the excitement of a match. There are a handful of game modes which I think could have been expanded. I think the game's biggest flaws were not releasing to mainstream consoles, other than Switch, and a little marketing that I often find people not even knowing that this game even existed. At the end of the day, it was a fun, simple shooter to have on mobile, easy to pick up and put down, or to play a few rounds if you had some time to kill. All in all, I give this game a solid 7 Jawas in a trench coat out of 10.
This is where the fun begins.
Let me know if you played or even heard of this game, and if you want more Star Wars lore content, come check out the Star Wars podcast on all major podcasting platforms. This is the Millennial Falcon signing off. Until next time.